planet have gone toe-to-toe for this prestigious invitational title. For the last 12 years, they've done so here, in the magnificent surroundings of Ali Pali. There's nowhere bigger, there's nowhere more glamorous. This is snooker's arena of dreams, and they are ready to roar once more. So welcome to the quarterfinals at the Mr. Q Masters. Please welcome the reigning European Masters champion, here after victory over two-time Masters winner Neil Robertson. Runner-up here twice. This, without doubt, is the best season of his career so far. He's the eagle-eyed Barry Hawkins. And now to the greatest player in history. 7 times a Masters winner, still at the peak of his powers. The reigning UK champion, the world #1. Blink and you'll miss him. The Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Here we go, it is time for the quarterfinals of the Masters to get underway. Still a best of 11 frames contest, first to 6 for a place in the semi-finals. The crowd are very much up for it, and I'm sure you're looking forward to this one at home as well. It's now time to take you to your commentary box to welcome Ken Doherty and John Virgo. Afternoon, gents.
Afternoon, Seema.
Ronnie,
afternoon, everybody. Yeah, there's something special when Ronnie O'Sullivan arrives, but
Ronnie's going to break.
Looking at the way Barry Hawkins came into the arena, whipping up the crowd, so he's looking forward to this, as we are, Ken.
Absolutely, John. And what an atmosphere, what a reception for both players.
Thank you. The first frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
And they're playing for that beautiful trophy at the end of the week. Paul Hunter Trophy. And what a match this could turn out to be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the game plan Barry comes out. In his last match against Neil Robertson, he certainly started on the front foot, played aggressively. Obviously didn't play that pot on the red because there was no chance of position. But Ken, as I say, his game plan against Neil was to go for his shots. Do you think that will apply against Ronnie?
Yeah, good question, John. He was very positive. Came out firing against Robertson. Today, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what sort of game plan he has. But, I mean, he's having the season of his life at the moment. He won the European Masters, beat Judd Trump in the final. At the beginning of the season, into a couple of other semi-finals. Been so consistent. He's playing with a lot of confidence as well, which is a big thing, John, because the head-to-heads don't pair well for him. You know, 17-2 in Ronnie's favour. So I think he's got to put all that behind him. The way he's been playing the last while, a bit of confidence, and to go out there and just do his best, I suppose.
Interesting there. He had a chance of a long red to the left corner. Decided to play safe off the main bunch, and it's not a good safety. He'll be thinking he should have gone for the pot now.
Yeah, you always got to be so careful when you're playing that particular shot off the pack with side off 2 cushions. Always a possibility. The red can go over either corner pocket. Now, can Ronnie control this? It's not straightforward, this.
Well,
it wasn't straightforward to get on the pink. think that black is potable.
Well, he played it there. He had to swerve slightly around the blue, and that meant that he couldn't get any pace into the cue ball.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
So a bit of a let-off for Barry there.
Yeah, what about Ronnie, though? How well he played against that match, against Ding in that match, John. I mean, that was just a treat from both players, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think the thing is we've found with Ronnie over the last few seasons, he's got that competitive edge, which sometimes we question. Does he want to get down to the nitty-gritty of a match play situation? But he's certainly been doing that in recent seasons. Much too thick on the safety, but the yellow has come to his rescue. Otherwise, I'm certain Barry would have been taking that red on, the one on the left-hand side of the table.
Another safety error, and normally so consistent with his safety game, but you see the grimace. He knows he's given Ronnie, and once again another relatively easy opener. Cute it, lovely. Nicely out for the blue. Can he negotiate this cue ball in and out of balk? Back up for the red, just to the right of the pink, you would feel. Looks pretty good.
6. Seven. Thirteen.
Just got to be careful in playing this. He doesn't make contact with the second red. At the moment the pink's available. That's why he's got up and give it an extra second's thought. Couldn't avoid the kiss
14.
on the second red, and that's why he played it like that. He's played it nicely.
Yeah, he's brought all those 3 reds around the pink spot into play now. He can just drop on one of those. Just overran the cue ball
90.
slightly.
I'm not certain where the black would go if Ronnie was to pot it. Don't really get tied up on the black spot, so he may see him concentrate on pink and blue here.
$25. 26.
Oh, well, he's let that go. That's a mistake. Playing for the red just to the left of the
32.
pink. Well, hasn't held the cue ball for that red now. Has to play this red with the rest, so this is missable.
Yeah, and it's particularly annoying when this isn't the red he played for. It does go, clearly. But as Ken said, a bit more to do. But no problem. Always amazes me with Ronnie. Someone who can switch hands left and right-handed. How proficient he is with the rest.
33.
Yeah, that was a good shot, wasn't it?
38.
Back in prime position. May play for the pink into the left centre. He's just looking. He could put the cue ball in such a position where he could be on pink and black here. But I think like you, John, I think he wants to.
39.
He wants to not pot the black just yet because it may go up on the green spot. Needs to avoid the middle pocket here. Ooh, oh, look at that. He'd be happy with that
44.
result. Oh, wow. That was a nice little slice of fortune there.
45.
Play for the black this time, so I don't think it will go on its own spot. So it'll go on the highest available, which is the green. Maybe a bit of a squeeze that goes on there.
52.
Well, maybe it has just about enough room.
53.
So this to go 59 points in front. Still a possible 67 remaining.
58.
So just this red, and it'll be snookers required. Yeah, so full advantage, he's got his hand on the table, got his cue arm going. Just the start he'd be looking for.
Yeah, and he's picking up where he left off.
65.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, in his last match, finished out that match against Ding so well.
66.
And looks to be cueing absolutely sublime once again. Barry, well, he can't afford mistakes, even safety mistakes. He knows what he's up against.
73.
And last thing he wanted was Ronnie to get into his groove very early.
74. $81. 82.
Good shot on the pink needed to keep this going. And got. Right, it's just overscrewed it slightly. This red will
88.
take some potting, even for him.
Into the middle, into the middle.
He's played a double into the middle.
Ronnie
It's not
O'Sullivan
good.
makes it. On the first round.
And Barry Hawkins stays in his seat, so we wondered whether Barry would start on the front foot, refused a couple of long pots to play safe, and didn't play them well. 1-0, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
So the first frame goes Ronnie O'Sullivan's way. He did it very quickly as well. Not the start that Barry was hoping for, though, Mark.
No, it was one loose safety, really, and that's all it took, really. He turned down one red down the left-hand side. It was a bit interesting, but a few shots later then played quite a poor one.
It is interesting, isn't it, how as Barry was talking in his interview about why he hasn't done so well against Ronnie O'Sullivan, whether Ronnie enjoys playing against him. And it does feel a bit like maybe Ronnie feels that he's bulletproof against Barry Hawkins. Not that Barry's not a great player, it's just some players strangely seem to suit you, and it shouldn't be the case because the table's the enemy. The table's what, but it does weirdly. Sometimes you have players, I'm sure. You know,
Absolutely,
yeah.
yeah.
Are those records weigh on your mind, or the head-to-head stats that we often talk
when
about?
it says one-sided as this, it's 17-2, I think it's red on the graphic. When it says one-sided as that, I think it'll play on both players' minds, no, positively and negatively.
Does he need to be a bit more positive to try and put that pressure on Ronnie?
No, I think more philosophical about the fact, he knows full well what could be ahead, but there's no point in worrying about that. It's happened plenty of times before, and actually somewhere down the line, it will change. No, it never stays the same forever. Somewhere down the line, if he keeps on playing Ronnie, he'll beat him. But it seems like a long haul when, as you say, that's the scoreline, 17-2.
Yeah, and it puts different pressure on you as well, because you feel like you nearly need to force it because you're going to get less chances, but it's not always the case.
No.
You need to just play your normal game.
I think, as you said earlier, it's about blocking out your opponent and playing your own game. You also mentioned about the table when we were just talking, playing a bit heavy yesterday. Did you notice that today?
Well, I thought it was quite heavy yesterday, not as nice as it had been in the earlier matches, but Ronnie played one shot in the middle where he just tried to stun the white and it dragged through a few inches, and that's when you start to know that it needs recovered soon.
Hawkins to break.
OK, and that happens, I believe, on Friday night. OK, into frame 2, Barry to break.
Good length of cue ball there from Barry. He has left this pot on to the right corner, but unless there's a path around the back of the black, Ronnie won't be looking at it. He's looking at the red on the left-hand side of the table. I think playing this one, the only red he can leave is the red he's playing. And he's looked to see if he could get on the black or pink. Oh, that's just a wonderful strike of the ball. It doesn't get any better than that.
How well did he cue that? That's just, as you said, Sean. Oh. Okay. Unusual. Miss black off the spot from Ronnie O'Sullivan. You see how much power he was trying to put in it because of the reds just above the black. So chance for Barry Hawkins, opening red into the right centre. Oh. And that is not a good sign.
Well, particularly as he was doing nothing with the cue ball. Wasn't trying to get a good angle on the blue, just pot the red.
One.
It's not too bad where the cue ball is finished. We've got a straightforward pot on the blue into this bottom left corner. Play for one of these loose reds just to the right of the pack. And he'll try and get the black on its spot as quickly as possible.
6.
May play for black here even.
7.
Obviously this red goes. It's a bit tight.
14.
There's a lot of room for it. Well, I'd say not all the pocket available. No, not all the pocket available. Trying to squeeze it in off the left-hand side of the pocket as we looked. One of those, if you were right behind it, unmissable, but as I say, it was tight. There's this cue ball going.
Barry Hawkins,
Okay.
1. Sorry.
Believe it or
1.
not, in potting that red, he tried to cannon into the main bunch. Missed it, and fortunate to be on the blue. Cue ball could have finished anywhere.
Oh, this is a little
6.
tester. Missed an easy red into that right centre earlier. Could do with getting this Yeah, well played.
7.
When you miss one of those easy pots, John, you know, the next little sort of medium range pot, you do get a little bit nervous over it, don't you? You want to see it go in because you don't want to miss 2 of those
12.
in a row.
And just slightly put off by the yellow here. But nicely
30.
put away. Although having first look, doesn't look to have the greatest angle on the black, and I'm not certain there's a red potable. No. Can he get into the red somehow? Good effort, but the problem is when you're coming round off 2 cushions like that, by the time
20.
the cue ball gets the reds, all the pace has gone out of it. You know, if you can go into them directly, that's when you get the best results. But at least he didn't miss. Good safety now, order of the day.
Barry Hawkins, 20.
He'll be disappointed though. Didn't get a good length for the cue ball. Left a chance for Ronnie now, the red to the right corner.
Good effort, pretty close. It's one of the big strengths of his last encounter here at the Ali Pali against Ding Junhui. His long pot success was in the high 80s. Ronnie O'Sullivan. Yeah, good safety. Now can Ronnie try and get the cue ball back to somewhere where it is now? Well, he's gone the other way. He's trying to hide the pack with the brown and green. Pretty good though.
Yeah, much better length of cue ball there. But a good return. That's the one thing about Ronnie O'Sullivan, for all his great potting, break building. There's not many better safety players in the game. Goes unnoticed.
Yeah, I totally agree, John. Got to be very, very careful here. Good effort, but a little bit short. Now there's a possible pot. Yeah, all the way. That's the problem. He gets a kiss on the brown. Oh, well, that's a little Brucey bonus. Perfect on the brown. Nice angle to get back down for these reds. That's the problem, isn't it, John? When you don't reach that ball cushion, as Barry didn't there. It was a decent attempt, but O'Sullivan getting his hand on the table, clips the red in. Great opportunity.
Just playing into an area there. Thought he'd be unlucky not to be on well, possibly 4 reds. It's landed nicely.
6. $11. 12.
Could have done without the kiss on the red, but shouldn't be a problem.
19.
We've got the red to the right corner. I think you can control it to hold for the blue.
20.
And if not the blue, he can play the pink. I mean, obviously the blue's unmissable. The pink a little bit more difficult, but doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball for position. Well, there you go. There you go.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
He looked
20.
at the blue, and then he thought, well, the right shot is the pink. Maybe needed a bit more care and attention there.
Yeah, it came right across there. It was
What?
almost dead straight, that pink. And that's why he looked at the blue. I mean, if he just holds the cue ball where the pink is, very rarely you'd see that from Ronnie O'Sullivan. So, what a chance for Barry Hawkins. Must take advantage here.
Yeah, I was
8.
just going to say the same thing. He can't spurn these opportunities. Every mistake Ronnie makes, he's got to punish
9.
him. This black will put him 1 point in front. So these remaining 3 reds with colours, and then possibly yellow and green required.
16.
Not a big ask, but I must take.
$17.
Well, straight away, he left a trickier black than he would have liked. Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. No problem.
$24. 25. $32.
17 points ahead. He could play for pink here. If he plays for pink, that will be 24. He would only need the yellow. Maybe his choice, I think, here.
33.
Yeah. Wanted to be a little bit straighter on this pink. No problem. So it'll be this tricky yellow. We'll have to play it with the rest.
39.
Yellow will put him 26 points ahead with just 25 remaining. Frame ball. Ooh, it wasn't in the middle of the pocket. It was a nervy one, but it went
41.
in.
Yeah, 26 points the lead, 25 remaining. The screen, he'd love this to be going in the pocket. Keep Ronnie in his seat. Didn't go in.
Barry Hawkins,
So Ronnie
41.
will come back to the table. Okay, snookered. First priority is hit the green, but Barry should have clinched the frame there. One snooker. It's been done before.
Barry played the green very cleverly. If it goes in, he's still on the brown. If it doesn't, possibility of the snooker, he's got the snooker, and it's not an easy one this. He has to swerve in between pink and black. Could overdo it. Oh, I think he's going to leave it. He has done. Got to be careful here though. Doesn't want to follow the cue ball in. The green. Yeah, no problem. Well played. So it'll be a relief, Barry Hawkins. He's had a couple of chances in this frame. Oh.
Barry Hawkins.
Does Ronnie give the referee the nod? He does indeed. He's had enough. So it was a miss ping from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Very unusual. But Barry Hawkins gets off the mark. One frame all.
So Barry Hawkins levels the score, and that's exactly what he wanted to do at this stage, get in there early, and he managed to do it.
Yeah, there was a few chances missed in that frame from both, but Barry will feel much better now. He's got a frame on the board.
The missed pink from Ronnie was really what allowed Barry to come onto the table and build up those points.
Yeah, unexpected. I mean, we get used to sort of Ronnie just knocking in all the easy ones, but somewhere down the line you've got to miss one. But it's debilitating when it happens, and it's an interesting thing that what does start to happen to players. I'm not saying this is happening to Ronnie at all, but one of the starting problems for a player that's getting older is you start to make unexpected, easy mistakes. And I think it's crept into, you know, from historically me, Stephen Hendry, start to, oh, where did that come from? Out of the blue. And maybe crept a little bit into John Higgins' game and maybe Mark Williams the other night. So you don't want that to happen, but somewhere down the line, we're talking about this class of 92, somewhere down the line, somewhere they're going to go wrong. It's a fascinating thing. Talking about where does Ronnie O'Sullivan go from now? The trophy cabinet is a goal that you should have, but somewhere down the line, damage limitation comes into it a bit as well.
Is it a lapse in concentration? Is that what you put it down to?
I don't like that because you should really be applying yourself for every shot, so I can't really say I can't forgive a lack of concentration out there. It's just he might just not have lined up, might not have delivered the cue correctly, but concentration isn't an excuse for me.
That said, Barry did well to win that frame. You've got to make the most of the opportunities you have when you're playing the likes of Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, and he missed a pretty glaringly bad shot in the middle pocket earlier in this match, and it's sort of, that's not nice for your confidence, so it's nice to get a couple more chances. So, yeah, you'd be feeling a lot more comfortable now.
We were having a chat in studio, Mark, about the fact that players were out in Macau playing over the Christmas period. Barry was one of them, so having that match play time, do you think that might have helped a little bit rather than having a full break?
Quite possibly, they'll still be reasonably sharp. Maybe the jet lag could be kicking in at some point, but yeah, both razor sharp.
Into frame 3 we go.
A little bit overhit with the break off, but the greens made it a good one. It's covered the reds down the right-hand side of the table and possibly the blue. Well, you can just get past the blue to get safe or back to balk. And maybe there's a gap in between green and blue. But with those reds in the open on the right-hand side of the table, he needs a good cue ball here.
Foul. And a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 4. From me.
So Ronnie said, I don't want it replacing, but you also have the other option of making your opponent play again from where the balls lie. Clumsy from Barry. He'll have to sharpen up his safety if he's going to get anything out of this match.
Yeah, even though he's won that frame, as I said, I'm a bit bemused by that shot. but you can't afford to give O'Sullivan easy starters. He got away with it in the last. O'Sullivan, well, a glaring miss, you would have to say, on a pink. Very unusual. And I suppose, John, it'll be interesting to see how that affects him. Normally, he sort of brushes things off like that, but he has spoke about his cue action and different cue actions he's been trying out. It'll be interesting to see how he copes with missing a shot like that in the last frame.
7.
Just that cannon nicely brought the black into play. Yeah, you would think that missing a pink like he did in the last frame would focus his mind a little more and take nothing for granted. I mean,
15.
we can remember the time, and it didn't seem that long ago when Ronnie had missed a shot like that, and all of a sudden it would affect him for the rest of the match.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be a bit of a shock to the system. It's either going to unnerve you or, as you said, it's going to focus the mind.
21.
No better way to get it out of your mind and have a good break in the next frame. Now, this is a key shot into the pack. Still beyond the red to the left. Just not enough backspin on the cue ball.
28.
Could have done with getting away from the red. So difficult red up into the yellow pocket. Keep the break going.
Ronnie O'Sullivan,
No,
28.
it's a tough shot. You can see the cue ball, the object ball, but you can't see the pocket. It's like we call a blind pocket. So just a little bit out. Could say he was a little unlucky with the break, trying to break the reds open. So here's Barry with a similar shot, a little bit easier. He's got the pocket in his eye line. No. Now, where's this red going? Where's this red going? It's coming towards this corner. He's left it. If he gets close to the pot, the red doesn't come down this end.
1.
Straight away into the pack. Didn't have to play
8.
into the pack. There were a couple of loose reds, but an aggressive shot. What you'd expect from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
9.
First opportunity. Get the reds in open play.
Just a little bit further than he would have liked. A little bit of work to do with the cue ball.
15.
Needs to stop short of the baulk line. It has, okay.
$80. 19.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed. He wanted to be straighter on this blue, so once again, a little bit of work to do with the cue ball. And normally his positional play is so precise.
24.
He doesn't have to do a lot, but it was okay. It wasn't really a problem.
25.
And just about got the right side of the blue to make the next positional shot easy.
$30.
Red in a colour will take him to snooker's required.
31.
But once again, Ken, it has to be said, gifted this opportunity. It wasn't too difficult a safety for Barry.
Yeah, it was that missed pot, wasn't it? Up into that yellow pocket. Red came all the way down the table. Now, in the blink of an eye, the frame is over.
38. 39.
Back in full flow.
46.
He's concocted this break very nicely. Okay, he hasn't been in
47.
prime position, but he's had to work the cue ball. That's a miss, but he's too far ahead. Barry will stay in his chair.
On the front.
And he does. So, missed opportunity for Barry Hawkins. O'Sullivan gets his nose in front once again, 2-1.
Ronnie takes a 2-1 lead, and business was rather brisk in that one because Ronnie managed to win that frame in, what, 7 minutes and 30 seconds?
Yeah, he doesn't mess around, does he? The game of snooker, for all of its skill level, has this massive slice of luck attached to it that drives you around the bend. So take a look at this shot from Barry Hawkins. He's playing a red into the yellow pocket. He's screwing back to a safe area. And how many times you play that, Mark, and this is the end result?
It's amazing because Ronnie missed a very similar shot the shot before, but he missed it on the right-hand knuckle, and the red normally stays up the table. He missed it left knuckle, and it comes back down, and very, very unfortunate for it to go right
so
over the pocket.
he didn't actually do much wrong. It was just down to bad luck.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of bad luck, yeah. But then it still needs the other guy to come along and bash him all in. Of course, Ronnie's good at that.
Of course, he's very good at that, isn't he? Well, it's interesting because when you look at the record that Ronnie has here, of course, he's won the 7 titles, but in the quarterfinals in the last 3 seasons, he's gone out. So he obviously wants to make it through at least past this round, this time round.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that, so he'll have a bit of a point to prove today and just get past that stumbling block, so to speak.
Yeah, I think we were talking about like sort of the trophy cabinets and how much is he sort of honing in on these big events. I think what Ronnie likes is to be out there, centre of attention as often as possible, like we all do. And to play in a tournament of this magnitude, and this. It's so exciting to go out there and walk out there, regardless of if you sort of play it down. So, yeah, I think that's what he wants to do. He just wants to keep on playing and competing. That's what he does best.
Absolutely. OK, well, we're into the final frame before the mid-session interval.
Yes, Seema, and a big one it is for Barry Hawkins. As we always say, 3-1, 2 apiece, big difference. Not a bad break-off. Ronnie just flicking the brown there meant the cue ball couldn't get to the baulk cushion. May not have left a pot on for Barry, but hand on the table. And the brown as a target to try and get behind. Bit too thick to get behind the brown. That's why he flicked the green, and he's left a pot to the right corner here. There's one to the left corner, but the one to the right corner just gives you a bit more control of the cue ball, and you can get it back to the baulk end.
Yeah, once again, John, another successful long pot.
5.
5 from 7 already. It's a good return. Early stages of this match.
6.
Which would tell you that Barry Hawkins' safety has just got to be that little bit better. It's just not on point at the moment. This may travel too far. It needs to hold up this cue
11.
ball. It's gone too far.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 11.
And good safety, keeping the pressure on.
Much too thick once again. He needs a result here, Barry, otherwise he's going to leave this red. He'd be disappointed with the way he started this match, no doubt. Yeah, nice pot from Ronnie. Decided to play for the black. That was a natural angle the cue ball was going to take, but as you know, this black is no gimme. No.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1.
Tricky those. Yeah, it was always just coming away from the cushion, wasn't it?
Another chance of red into that same pocket. Cost him in the last frame. Hasn't left anything easy here. Does have a red up into the yellow pocket. That extreme red of the right of the bunch is a possibility, but he's missed 2 into that pocket already, and that's why he's refusing it this time.
Just wondering, is there a possible double on this red? Double to the right centre? No, no attempt at it. Anxious luck. Doesn't look to have left anything that would tempt Ronnie to play in a pot. There's a red in the middle of the table to the left of the pink. Possible cut to the right centre, but the cue ball's going to go very close to far left corner. So I don't see that as an option, but looks like he might be taking it on. Yeah. It's a dangerous shot. Well, I was going to say there's a blue come to his rescue, but the red in the middle of the table is on to the right centre. Didn't like that choice of shot, to be honest with you.
No, once again, a very, very aggressive. Ronnie could have played an easier safety shot. He's gifted Barry a chance now. It's almost like John, his philosophy, Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's not going to
6.
mess about with too much safety. If he sees a chance of a pot, he's going to take it on.
Seven.
Yeah, I agree. It certainly looks that way. And that's okay, you know, but at this level, you keep gifting your opponents chances, you'll be sat in your seat more than you'll be at the table. Trying to just
40.
loosen the reds, which he's done, and he's okay. Drop this red into the corner. No problem being on a baulk colour. As it turned out, no problem. Well, I say holding for the blue. Straight would have been better. He's always got that red over the far corner pocket as insurance. So a little cannon here, not too hard. It's okay, as I say, he wants to leave that red in case
20.
he does get in trouble further along the line.
$21. $28. $29. $36. $37.
Yeah, this time, just the wrong angle on the black. You have to play it off 2 cushions, but put it in to an area just to the left of those 3 reds. It'd still be on the red over the green pocket. Maybe he's going to play for that red over the green pocket now. Needs to find a gap between green and brown here. Doesn't want to hit the brown. Yeah, he's played it nicely. Yeah.
So 36 points the lead. Looking for 3
48.
of these remaining reds. If he stays in the baulk end with colours.
$49.
Just losing control of the cue ball at a vital stage of this visit.
Doesn't want to be straight on this. I think he's just got
51.
enough angle. Get out for another ball colour here. Straight would have been a problem.
52.
Now, this could be the key shot coming up. Yellow maybe off. Screw back. Just missed the yellow, the middle pocket for the red, the loose red, just below the pink. Yeah, he's played that nicely. Good shot, that.
54. $55.
Needs a colour. And it's not easy now. 43 points the lead. 43 remaining.
Well, he played the cannon to try and develop those two reds. Didn't need to. Could have played for the pink or blue just to make sure. Tricky pink this into the middle. Well, well played.
$61. $62. $67.
Anything blue or above.
68.
And the centuries on the cards here. If you get to 73, there's 27 points left with the colours. And he's taken these pretty well, and he'll be feeling a lot better about his game. Well, no century, but
Barry Hawkins, 74. And
he'll be happy now, will Barry Hawkins. He's certainly got a foothold in the match. They go to the mid-session interval, all square, 2 apiece.
So we are indeed 2-2 at the mid-session interval. And for you, Mark, there was a real turning point in that frame. It was when Ronnie missed the red and allowed Barry back onto the table.
Yeah, it was one of two things. There was a little bit of frustration on Ronnie's part with how the match has been going, or he's just going to go for everything, because this was a horrible shot. Knowing the white's gone close to the yellow pocket, no control of the cue ball. Yeah, and he left by an easy starter. Yeah, it was just, what do you make of that shot,
Well,
Steve?
maybe he thought he might have got away back to the top cushion with it, so playing it as a shot to nothing. But the fact that it wobbled in the jaws and then all the yellow pocket, it was no way of then knowing exactly how the cue ball was going to go.
He got back up off the shot, like he knew the yellow pocket was in the way, and he still then went and played it, which sends to me it's just a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, well, it does seem occasionally Ronnie gets into the zone where he doesn't want to be bogged down with any tactical play, so he prefers to just be much more aggressive. And that's
Stood him in good stead, hasn't it?
Yeah, it does, but it does mean that he can sometimes get picked off. So he's had the sort of the advantage in the first session, but it's ended up 2-2. So Barry will be much the happier.
Well, we did look, didn't we, at Barry's record against Ronnie, and it weighs, of course, heavily in Ronnie's favour. How pleased will he be then to be going into the mid-session interval at 2 apiece?
Considering the way the first frame went, and in the early parts of frame 2 where Barry missed a couple of half chances, he'd be over the moon to be in there 2-2.
OK, well, we're going to park this for a moment, and we're going to turn our attention to proceedings tomorrow evening, and our Mark Allen will be playing Mark Selby. And Selby is, of course, the 3-time winner of this event, and here he is talking to Rob Walker about the season so far and looking ahead to tomorrow night.
Mark, Happy New Year.
You too, Rob.
I cannot believe, when I was looking at the stats, is it really 16 years? 16 years since you stormed to that title in 08 at Wembley. That's nuts, isn't it?
Incredible, yeah. Came here 2008, made my debut. Well, not actually here, but Masters Arena. Hendry first game, I remember. 5-3 down, managed to win 6-5. Fantastic achievement. And even if I didn't win another game that year after that, I'd have been happy, you know, debut, winning a match. But played Maguire next round, I think 5-3 down again, 6-5. Doherty in the semis, 6-5, and then Stephen Lee in the final, and played really well. But yeah, incredible to think it was 16 years ago.
And it gave us an insight into your mentality, didn't it? Because to come through 3 deciders and then to storm